Welcome, Capricorn, to How Do They Feel About You Right Now reading. Capricorn, if this message does not resonate with you, please take a look at your moon, rising and Venus signs. There might be messages in there that are more relevant and appropriate for you at this time. Now, this message relates to the person that first came to mind when you read the title of the reading and you heard the title of the reading. So this could be somebody that you're involved with, somebody that you recently separated from or divorced from. It could have been in the last few weeks, the last few months, or even the last few years. But it relates to the person that first came to mind. From what I'm seeing here, Capricorn, I'm going to say that you probably are not together at this time, because I have the Five of Pentacles and I've got the Two of Swords. So I can tell you that this person is feeling really quite isolated, full of sadness, and they are burdened. They are really in not a good way at all. They are they still kind of pondering what happened, what did I do. They still haven't kind of settled into what has happened and what has gone down. They haven't kind of come to terms with it, or they haven't haven't come to terms with their perhaps their decisions or their behavior, because they really know that I think they really made a mistake, because in their hearts of hearts they feel that whatever you guys had together was something really sweet and beautiful, and it was actually very, very good for them. But for reasons why I'm not quite sure right now, I think they sabotaged this relationship, and they I think they actually are hurting. They really are hurting. It's like they thought they wouldn't hurt, and they're actually quite surprised and quite taken aback at how hurt they are and how lost they are feeling since they separated with you. It's really left a huge gap for them, because I think what you had between you, I think it's like a past life connection. There was something deeper in there, and I think it might have made them afraid in some way. Something scared them because it was really good, and they sabotaged it, and they not only perhaps hurt you, but I think they even hurt themselves even more. And you might have even moved on right now and be in another relationship, but they're still lingering. For them, it's what they thought they could get over quite quickly. It's lingering for them. It's absolutely lingering for them. So let's take a look at your oracle cards. The first card we get is I am full of regrets. Yes, they are. I think they really keep playing it over and over in their mind, what happened, what they did, what they said, how they behaved. And there is a lot of regret, because deep inside, they know this was something special and they blew it up. They sabotaged it. And they probably see you now as somebody who's moved on. They've lost the opportunity of something that was something perhaps like once in a lifetime. They really are full of regrets. Next card we get is I am scared of commitment. Okay, so perhaps that's what this was all about. Perhaps they, when something, it felt right and it was so lovely and sweet between you, so something scared them off. And it was probably this fear of commitment, because I feel that they are actually taking longer to get over you than you are taking to get over them. They're sitting with all the regret now and all the remorse. And then the last oracle card we get is letting you go was the biggest mistake of my life. Yes, I do think that. I think that they really feel that they made a big mistake. When they look back and realize what you had and how sweet and beautiful and just right it was, and how balanced it was, and how they just sabotaged it and just let it go, they realize it was probably one of the biggest mistakes of their lives, and they are sitting with an enormous amount of regret. So let's take a look at the little tarots to get your final message from your person. We have the 9 of Swords. I think this is keeping them up at night. What they did, how they behaved, how they let this sweet, lovely relationship go. I think this is really keeping them up at night. It's playing on their mind. They keep playing it over and over and over again. We then have the Hanged Man, and I don't think they've moved on. I do not think they've moved on at all. I think they're really in a standstill, in a position where they don't know where to go. They actually don't know what to do with themselves, because they made such a mistake. And they don't know what to do with themselves about that. So that's really quite sad for them. Really quite sad for them. And then the last card we get is the Moon. Yes, everything is not clear for them. Everything is murky. Everything is they're in it's almost like no man's land. They can't move on from what they've done. So they're really not in a very good place at all. At this point, and they're stuck. They're stuck with what they have done, and they just keep playing it over and over again, like an old movie, over and over and over again. So I'm sorry that they're really not in a very positive place at the moment, and they are full of regret. So that's your message, dear Capricorn. Please take care of yourselves.